All right, today's lesson was solving expressions with exponents, and we did a little review and practice to understand what exponents mean. So in these first couple examples, we have our base number, which is the 5. Let's write that in black. So our base is 5, and the smaller number, of course, is the exponent. And when we see an expression like 5 to the 4th power, that means we are multiplying the base 5 times itself 4 times because the exponent is 4. So we have 5 times 5 times 5 times 5. And if we multiplied that out, if we went one step at a time, that would be 25 times 5 times 5, 125 times 5, and we get a total of 625. So exponents make numbers grow pretty rapidly. Our next example, we have a base of 3, and it's to the 5th power. So we're going to multiply 3 times itself 5 times, which again, even though 3 is a small number, it'll grow quickly. It's really easy to make math mistakes when we're dealing with repeating numbers. But if you go one step at a time, even though it takes a while, I think you'll have better luck. So 27 times 3 times 3, 81 times 3, and 243. So exponents are pretty simple. So go through some examples, even though our notes sort of took care of that. So on your assignment, if you had 9 to the 3rd power, you would want to write that out as 9 times 9 times 9. So our base 9 is multiplied by itself 3 times. So that would get us 81 times 9 and 729. 6 to the 3rd power, of course, very similar. 6 times 6 times 6. 6 times 6 is 36, and that times 6 is 216. Getting on to some tougher ones. Well, not too tough, but here we're going to break it apart the same way, and we're going to remember that our order of operations means that we are going to do all the multiplication first. So we cannot add these numbers together until we've done all of the multiplying. So 5 to the 3rd power is 5 multiplied by itself 3 times, and 4 to the 2nd power is 4 multiplied by itself twice. So quick multiplication, 5 times 5 times 5 is 125, plus 4 times 4 is 16. So now that we've done the multiplication, we can add those together, and we get a final answer of 141. Next one, 4 times 2 to the 3rd power. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to need to get rid of the exponent first. So even when we write it out, we want to break apart the 2's. So we don't want to multiply the 4 times 2 before we get rid of the exponent. Now that we have done that, we can multiply 4 times 2 times 2 times 2. Or if you want, if you know that 2 times 2 to the 3rd power is 8, you could multiply 4 times 8. But once you've broken apart the exponent, the order does not matter. All right, similar here, we have 8 to the 3rd power, which is going to be 8 times 8 times 8, minus 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. So again, we have to do all the multiplication first before we subtract. So we have 512. 8 times 8 is 64, times 8 is 512, minus 81. And if we subtract that, that'll give us a total of 431. So these problems are pretty simple as long as we take our time to get all of our arithmetic correct.